Every year, and in some provinces a number of times a year, the Auditor General comes forth with horror stories about what's been going on with spending and with policies in the province. Bonnie Lysyk is the Auditor General for Ontario, and she's uncovered a number of horror stories, and she joins me right now because I want to ask you, Bonnie, you have a staff that go through with fine-tooth comb all the expenses and all the spending. This last one, there was millions of dollars given to companies for the COVID, and some companies shouldn't have gotten it. And the ministers say, well, you know, we're just trying to get the money out. And as you said in your report, well, that was 10 months ago. Is government just getting too big, or is it just incompetent?
I think, you know, when it comes down to the Small Business Support Fund and the giving out of that money, the $210 million at the front end, they were trying to get the program set up and the money given out fast. And so what happened?
But that was 10 months, though.
Yeah, it took, I think by the time when they approved the program, they approved it in December.
Yes.
And the system had to go live in January. So it didn't give enough time for the developers and the government to put in the necessary controls. So at the front end, when that money was going out, the internal controls to make sure that those who were entitled got the money only weren't in place. And so that resulted in about $210 million being written off by the province.
That was from December to January, but from the earlier winter, when the pandemic started, until December, you know, there was at least 10 months in there for people to start scratching their heads and figure out some systems.
They probably didn't anticipate how the money would be given out. Well, I know they didn't, right? Because this was the way they were giving this money out, the system wasn't designed to accommodate it at the front end. So they had to build the controls, they set some criteria, and then at the end of the day, it didn't work the way that it should have. So they brought in consultants to help fix it. They then dispersed more money, and combined, again, about $210 million were written off. There's also money.
Can the government go back and get that money?
That money, when we inquired about that, we were told no, it's too much, there's too much involved in obtaining that money back. Now, there are some parts of that $210 million that can be retrieved, and they have taken some steps to try and retrieve that money. But generally, most of it won't be collected back.
Does the government look at you when you're walking down the halls and scatter and run and say, here she comes?
You know, I think, you know, at this point in the year, we're starting our audits for next year. So it's always, you know, a little challenging once you've issued an annual report to kind of make that phone call and say, you know, hello, we're going to be starting another audit. But, you know, I think generally people within the public sector understand what we do, and they also understand that there is value to the work. And we do point out things that hopefully next time don't reoccur as problems for them. So they're still receptive to us.
Some politicians. Bonnie Lysyk, thank you very much. 3 minutes. A number of you have noticed and commented that we've had some audio problems recently. True, and thank you for listening. It's not through the fault of the team or the crew here. Technology just has some problems every now and then, and we apologize for that audio problem. On the other hand, it does point something out, that we need money to keep on going and to get better equipment. So, whether it's PayPal or check or a piggy bank or e-transfer, if you like the show, please accept my apologies for some of those audio problems, and loosen up your wallet and keep us on the air. Thank you.